beaches in East Anglia, and each stranger that you meet just brings up the weather. So grab your welly.
Couchsurfing, I think the basic idea of it is that young people, old people, any people can travel around the world and meet locals or people who live in the places, and thus get a better idea about a certain city or a certain area.
Basically, the couchsurfing concept is very simple. It's for travelers to go to other countries, to connect with people in these countries and stay with these people on their couch or their bed they've got spare. And on the other hand, also do the same for other people. It's not compulsory, but if you have a free sofa or something for other travelers when they come to your place, so they can stay in your town.
Couchsurfing is an online community of travellers, sort of like an online database. So when you arrive in a new place, you can do a search and see if there's someone there who's willing to host you, or just to meet you, to help you out if you're stuck, or just to show you their hometown.
So it's not only couchsurfing, it's also going with people for coffees, but also taking part in other activities. Depends what happens in this town.
So it's almost like there's a big network of potential friends everywhere. It's really nice.
And how you actually do it is you register, you log on, then you send a couchsurfing request to somebody, and that's it. Then you wait for a reply, and hopefully it'll be yes.
Hi, I'm Ole. Do you want to come in? Come on.
Hi, I'm Viviana. I'm 28. I'm from Germany and I'm a student at UEA.
I'm Joy. I'm 27 and I live in Norwich at the minute. I'm from Derbyshire in England.
My name is Simran and I'm from India.
My name is Claire. I'm 29 years old. I'm from France.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm 24. I'm also from Derbyshire.
My name's Isla McIntosh. I'm from Glasgow, Scotland.
My name's David. I've been on couchsurfing for 4 or 5 years, I think. Yeah.
I've been on couchsurfing since 2007.
And we've been couchsurfing probably for about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
I've actually only couchsurfed for about 8 months.
Couchsurfing, when I arrived in Norwich. I've been couchsurfing since 2009.
Great, I have to say. It's not a huge group, we are a smaller group, but we're very active. We are more like friends and couch surfers. We do lots of things together. We organize events permanently, really. We go for lunches, we go out on weekends, we go to the cinema. Sometimes we will organize bigger things, like next week we have an Arabic night. Just 2 days ago we had a huge Finnish band here I knew from Helsinki. They came over and then we stayed at my house and a living party at my house. So it's completely free. If everyone has an idea what they want to do, then we do that. And the good thing is, if new people come into Norwich, then we usually invite them to join us, and people feel very, very quickly at home in Norwich.
For me, it was really important because when I arrived in Norwich, I didn't speak English at all. So, yeah, now as the couchsurfing community, I feel more confident to speak with people.
English wind may sharpen your knife.
Norwich is a city I really like because on the one hand there's a lot going on. You have concerts and a lot of happenings, lectures and so on. But on the other hand, it's just small enough that you can go somewhere and meet people that you already know and bump into them randomly in the city centre. It's very nice. My favourite thing to do in Norwich is just to hang out with my friends. I don't have a lot of free time, but if I do, I like to go to a place like the bicycle shop and just have a glass of wine or a coffee and chocolate tart, and yeah, that's what I love to do.
Oh, well, I like to take people to the castle for £1. I think it's really great. There's like loads of stuff to see and do, and you can just like it's great. It's a quid, and you can spend an hour in there wandering around.
My favourite place in Norwich is Anglia Square and Magdalen Street, because they're great if you want records and charity shops and pound shops.
And it's the kind of place
brilliant.
that you wouldn't see as well if you just came here as a tourist. It's because it's got all like that interesting little charity shops and stuff like that.
Because it's quite grotty, it reminds me of being at home.
Yeah.
Because I work a lot from home, then I have time sometimes to go for lunch and for cafes. And I live really, really close to one of Norwich's favourite cafes, the Workshop. If you want, I can show you around there.
Where to sow and where you're supposed to grow. You'll probably end up gift wrapped in dusty windows.
So this is the Workshop. This is my favourite place in Norwich. It's literally my living room. They do the best latte in town, and they're lovely people here, and it's really, really nice.
The forum, the library. I like sitting in the square, and behind me, I mean, there's this really modern building, and just in front is a church, and I can sit there with a book or two and by myself and just watch stuff happen and feel included in a community at the same time. So I really like that.
I would like to speak about St. Borgo's Church. It's a center for art. It's like a charity. So there is a lot of art piece inside. It's possible to play music inside, to have a coffee.
I quite like the market around, the Guildhall, old building by the market. I like that a lot around there. I think just walking around the city centre is very nice because there's so many different things you can see. It's pretty historic, and the city centre's lovely. It's a lovely little size. There's just a good mix of everything. There's loads of quiet little areas as well, and so I think that's the best way to see the city. Yeah.
The cathedral is really amazing. When I first went there, I spent 2 hours walking around this, looking at the ceiling because it's so beautiful. The Sainsbury Centre is an amazing gallery, which we're really lucky to have on campus.
I think the best one was when I couch surfed for the first time, which was in Japan, and I was the first person that this woman hosted as well, so we were both complete newbies and a little bit scared. But it was so nice because I had my own room and she gave me her bike to ride around town, and she introduced me to places that I would have never seen without her.
We had my birthday last year. We couch surfed in Poznan in Poland, and it was really nice. We stayed with a really good guy who was like a really good host and cooked us loads of food, and we walked for miles all over Poznan with him.
We asked a Greek girl in Norwich, and now it's like maybe like a friend. So it was really nice to host her, to make her life easier, to make her discover Norwich.
Maybe one thing, we organised what we call the train party. So there was a redundant train station, and they had some old train carriages, and we rented the train carriages out and went with a large group there and had a barbecue, and actually all stayed in the carriage overnight. That was actually something special.
The best person I met on CouchSurfing was this crazy guy who was half Filipino, half Greek. His name's Dia Happy Weirdo, and I'm going to tell him about this. And he's basically spent 7 years traveling all over the world. He's a fire juggler, and he'd been to every place, and he was one of the sweetest, nicest people ever, and he spent the whole night dancing to really bad drum and bass in a nightclub in Delhi. Yeah. So that was pretty tame, but it really made me impressed.
One of the most memorable would have been in Siberia. Me and one friend stayed with 2 guys, which actually sometimes, if you're 2 girls, some people would maybe feel anxious about writing to guys or going to sing with a guy feel a bit vulnerable or something. But after this experience, I absolutely would never make that kind of judgment, because these guys were the most fun. They were so welcoming, and they gave us a tour of the city. They were just hilarious, and cooked for us and bought us little souvenirs at the end, which they do with all their couchsurfers. They're like one of these kind of institutions of couchsurfing in the city. I think everybody flocks to them.
Well, the best people we stayed with, me and my girlfriend went to the Pyrenees, and we stayed with this couple who were just so warm and welcoming, you know, and they just gave us the best of everything they had, and that was people we'd never met before. I think it's very positive. It's about openness, it's about trusting in people, and it's about equal exchange without preconceptions, you know. It's really, really good, I think, yeah.
I think it's a really good way of travelling. It's a really great way of like being an ambassador for where you live and what you do and the people you know, and it's a really nice way of like introducing someone to a place. And as a surfer, it's a really great way to get to know a place, because you see a totally different side of a city or a town.
I do think couchsurfing promotes a positive message, because it enables you to travel the world on a shoestring budget, but also to meet new people and new cultures and get more ideas about what other people live like in other countries.
I found everyone that I've met through couchsurfing was just really helpful and open-minded and really caring, and it's a really great experience.
Yeah, I think to sign up for it, you kind of need to be that sort of person anyway, because a lot of people, well, I think a lot of people, some people anyway, kind of seem a bit perplexed when you say like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like stay with some random person I've never met before. A lot of people, like my dad or something, would just be like, oh, you know, isn't that dangerous?
I think it's quite a different way of looking at the world. My perspective has changed since I started couchsurfing, I think. Especially, I think, in the UK anyway, there's quite a lot of kind of stranger danger fear about how can someone be offering to help you and not expecting something in return. That it's a really strange thing to do. I get a lot of people who don't understand it. But it makes you realise that there are so many good people who are kind and will help you just out of the goodness of their hearts, and I think you need more of that in the world.